Hey, man. Blessings, brother. Hello, friends. Sending you some sacred Palo Santo this morning. As you awake from your dream state, hopefully feeling lighter and rested. Clearing my own energy field with the wing of a pueo from Hawaii that I was fortunate enough to be blessed with. Amen. There we are. Palo Santo is one of the sacred masters that I work very closely with. And one of the things that I've learned about Palo Santo in the last year or so is, actually, no, I'm sorry, this was like my 27th birthday, a couple of years ago, is that you never take a piece of sacred wood or put one of the masters into a fire. That you never take sage or Palo Santo and put it directly into the flame. You put it over the flame and you wait for the fire and the wood to meet. And that the hottest part of the flame is actually the external energy of the flame that you can't see. That's the hottest part of the flame. Some think it's the blue part or the part you can see, but it's actually not. And you don't have to put the sacred wood directly into the fire. And this is part of how we hold space, how we don't impose our will. Many blessings, friends. Coming to you live from Stockholm, Sweden. Coming to you a little earlier today. I have a conference to go to today, and I will be busy at 3:33. So I thought that I would jump on here and get it done before I go so that I don't have to worry about it later, that I can just flow. And honestly, I was just feeling it, you know. It's like sharing myself and sharing my story, it excites me, you know, and when I'm not doing it, it's depressing and sad. And so I was really alive this morning. Last night, Miguel and I had our first primordial sound circle here in Stockholm, and plenty of brothers and sisters showed up, and it was extremely beautiful, the most sacred circle of space that I've ever held. And the first, I want to say, big circle that I've held with Miguel. You know, we hold circles all of the time and find ourselves surrounded by brothers and sisters in song and in conversation, high vibe, connecting all of the time. But this was really our first like deliberate primordial sound circle here in Sweden. And the most exciting part is that primordial sound was really born here. You know, I would say like when we were here last, you know, not even a year ago when we conceived. We held space after a medicine ceremony here in Sweden for 5 days of integration. And there was lots of music, lots of sacred fire and conversation and beautiful, yummy food that fuels the body. And it was the most amazing 5 days of my life. I mean, it was really, really rich. And that was our first primordial sound circle that we held there. And it just happened, you know, medicine working through us and just expressing itself. And our brothers and sisters had questions and the answers just flowed. And so anyways, we held space yesterday, and it just was far beyond what I even realized was going to happen. And, you know, Miguel and I are very natural at holding space, and we are beautiful heart-centered reflections for people to look into. And our energy is light, and it's free, and it's juicy, and it's harmonious. just sitting with these brothers and sisters and working with sound and really helping them dive deep into the collective mind of what their contribution is to sound. And it was extremely sacred. It was so beautiful, so beyond. And the feedback at the end of the circle was just like, please do more of this. Please continue helping us open. And when you receive feedback like that from other brothers and sisters who are on the path, who are trying to expand and express themselves, who feel suppressed in their voice and in their throat, and you see them crying and you see them breaking through for the first time, or who knows, the first time. But when you see them breaking through, it's the most beautiful gift, you know. It's like you don't know what your place is in the world until you really put yourself out there and you're reflected in other people. And the truth is that I can't be myself without you. I can't exist without the acknowledgement of another being in this physical reality, you know. And we're all in this together. We're all collectively playing and showing each other the way and sharing our experiences. So last night's Primordial Sound Circle was so powerful that I am like almost shaking and crying right now, because I can still feel how much effect not only it had on brothers and sisters who showed up, but the effect that it's had on me. You know, like, this is sharing my light, and my love is the medicine the world needs from me. It's nothing simpler than that. And it's such a joy to be fully expressed, to wake up this morning and say, I'm going to do a live right now and have no butterflies in my stomach, because I feel like my self-worth is high enough to be heard. You know, that was something that came up in the sound circle last night, was like, you know, it's not just about expressing your voice and being heard. It's about feeling worthy enough to be heard, to be seen, to take up the sound space of other people, which a lot of times when we're young, we learn that we are not worthy enough to take up the sound space of other people. And so last night's ceremony is just like really reverberating it out into my life in ways that I can't even predict or even see totally at the moment. So Hannah just jumped on and she was there. Love you, Hannah. Send us a comment and let us know how much you loved Primordial Sound yesterday. So anyways, I wanted to get on and talk today about, I just wanted to really flow because I'm feeling so juicy and feeling so good. And the first thing that comes up was this morning in my closet getting dressed. Like, do you guys ever let your intuition, like, or let your like inner child get you dressed? Because I've been doing it for, you know, like 5 or 6 years now, and I'm like, I don't know what to wear. Well, sometimes I just grab something, but other times I'm like, okay, Great Spirit, like, what should I wear today? Higher Self, show me what I should wear. There's a window here, and so it's like really hard for me not to watch all the birds that fly by. But I just reached into my closet and I picked something, and I was like, oh, I've never worn this sweater before. And I'm like, okay. And I put it on, and then I reach in and I grab a pair of pants, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then I go into the kitchen, and this giant bouquet of flowers is staring at me that friends got us at our housewarming party. And this flower was just like, wear me. I was like, oh, okay. And so I snipped it out of the bouquet and I put it in my hair, and I feel so beautiful. You know, it's like, it was so easy to feel beautiful today because I just didn't even try. I just went into my closet and let my spirit dress me and listen to the plants that speak to me. And it's so sacred, you know. For the rest of the day, it's not like I didn't even try, you know. I just got dressed and let spirit dress me. And, you know, I'm not one of those girls who has a lot of clothes or really needs much to like feel beautiful or to feel sexy. And so a lot of times, like, what I wear is kind of bland in comparison to most people. And maybe not bland, that's kind of a harsh word, but simple, we'll say simple. And so it's just really exciting for me to be disconnected from my ego, you know, in the sense of like, how are people receiving me today? That never went through my mind. It wasn't like, oh, what are people going to say about this, that, and the other? No, like, that just didn't even come in. It was a total like, higher self, what do you want to wear? And to know that whatever comes about my day today, that pink is definitely the color, you know. And another thing that comes up with the color pink is like embracing our divine feminine. You know, it's like our culture does not tell you what the divine feminine looks like, you know, past the color pink. You're a woman, pink. And when I was growing up, I hated the color pink. My mom would put me in it all the time. Oh my God, I hated the color pink. You know, and it's not a color that I reach for regularly. But I reached for the sweater this morning, and it's pink. You might not be able to tell, but it's pink. And then this flower came to me, and it's pink. And then my giant rose quartz this morning was calling to me, and it's pink. And so today is just really a beautiful, beautiful day of heart-centered, vibrating so brightly, Mary Magdalene energy, love, light, heart-centered energy, you know, and just feeling super juicy. I'm feeling super in love with myself, in love with like the work that I'm doing, you know, like showing up on these Facebook lives. I'm telling you, it is not for you guys. Like, I hope that you benefit from them, but it's truly for me. You know, truly for me to level up in the way that I express myself, to practice being seen by you, to practice being on camera, to practice, you know, having cameras on me, or just like having, you know, a group of people listening and watching, and you know, to just practice, you know, to express myself, to share my story fearlessly. You know, it's like a lot of my journey, I would say for the last 5 years, my guides and spirits have just been like, please start sharing. Like, you're driving us crazy. Like, come on, what is the holdup? And I had to work through so much ego and so much fear of not being loved, you know, of not being received the way that my sweet little inner child wants to be received, because I've gone through so much trauma in this lifetime of not being received well. And not only that, of needing to blend in and needing to hide who I truly am because I haven't been accepted. And so to show up here for 33 days straight and to create the energy bubble that I want to create, to really hold the space of showing you who I am and showing you like what I'm about and what I want to create in this world, and to plant seeds. You know, a lot of my journey is about planting seeds of inspiration in people. You know, when I got out of the military, I went to coaching school, and coaching school was all about planting seeds and into myself, like figuring out who I am, who am I, so that I can show up in an authentic reflection with another person and be present and not make it about me and not get wrapped up in my story, but to really be present with another person and to really make life more about unity consciousness than the me consciousness. And so this morning, and all of my love and all of my light, I'm really feeling called to share an energy meditation that I do very regularly, and it's a Mary Magdalene inspired meditation. And this meditation is really for the divine feminine, but it's for all energies. It's healing energy, and the way that you use it. Oh, beautiful. The sister writes, please remember to honor the trauma and celebrate it, for it is that which has fueled this passion I feel. Oh, sister, yes, 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 yes. Matre Garcia, blessings. Thank you so much. And you know, that was something that came up in the Primordial Sound Circle last night was, you know, we're talking about our stories around our voice and what our trauma is. Like, what is it that's holding you back from fullest expression? And everyone's story was very similar, at least the energy of it. And one of the brothers, Oscar, he contributed with the ideas of giving thanks, you know, for all of the people in your life who've held you down and who've suppressed you, because they are exactly what you say, the ones who have fueled the passion of discovering this side of yourself that has been suppressed. The person that is standing before you today is one who has many stories and many traumas and many things that I have collectively transmuted along my path for my family, for myself, for the collective, and it does need to be honored. And I love my trauma. I can't tell you how much I love my trauma, because it's not trauma anymore. I've forgiven I've reached out. I've made amends with my father. You guys, the people in your life that have hurt you the most are the ones who also have the biggest medicine. And if you can lay down your shields of protection and be in your higher self and work on it. You know, right before I met Miguel, I decided that I was going to heal my relationship with my father. I went to psychotherapy and I really dove deep. I mean, it was a challenge, some challenging times of uprooting all these stories and all these things that were keeping me suppressed into that little girl consciousness of being abused. And doing this work has not only set me free, which is extremely important for my path, but you want to know who it's most set free? My father, my papa, like my dad, like the person in my life who's hurt me the most. And maybe not intentionally, not consciously for sure, but the person who's hurt me the most is now crying and showing me that he's sorry, that he didn't mean to, that it was not his intention. He didn't realize what he was doing. And so this trauma, this horror story that I could have continued acting out and making real for the rest of my life has now done. And soon after I finished psychotherapy, I went home and my father and I, we were standing in the airport, and it had been a week or two since I'd been home, and we hugged, and I looked him in the eyes and I grabbed him by the arm and I said, Dad, we get to start over. Like, not as father and daughter, but as friends. Like, I want something new. I'm ready for something new. And he looked down because he could barely look me in the eyes. And he looked back up and he said, thank you. The people who have hurt us the most in our lives, they're not in the same consciousness today that they were then. And I am not the same person that I was then either. And when I think back to those times, you know, I was like an unruly, mouthy, mean, snappy, you know, 12, 13, 14, difficult, very challenging young woman. I can only imagine how tough that is as a parent to deal with and to navigate. You know, so dealing with our traumas isn't about, you know, getting someone else to realize what they did. It's us realizing what they did and the gifts that came from it, the gifts that come from it and that continue to come from it. And now my father and I realize how similar we are. It's beautiful. It's beyond. It's magical. It's a wonderful gift to rediscover your parents in the new consciousness that you're at now. And for them to really see you as a divinely evolved being. And maybe they don't see me consciously as a divinely evolved being, but as the 30-year-old woman that I am, fully expressed, fully holding space, intelligent, and really holding my own, you know, and really getting rid of these stories that they continue to hold me in, you know, and showing up as the most authentic version of myself. It's medicine for us all. And so thank you so much. Yes, thank you for staying on and listening. I really feel connected to my journey. Of course I do, but I've done so much work that I feel so free. And you know, when you've done all the work that you possibly can at this moment with the people in your life who have held you back or pushed you down or suppressed you, when you've forgiven all of those people, it's a game changer. It really allows you to start over, to reset. And for me, starting over and resetting means that I can fully harness now my higher self and the mission that I came here with. You know, our mission is multidimensional. And not only that, but we come here with a mission. And if we don't remember it, we're here to discover it. And if we discover it, we also have all of the part personalities that make up who we are, that are interacting and now have their own mission. And so it's really like sorting through all of the missions and the ego's work and really what your higher self wants, and really discovering that. It takes time. you know, and I feel young, you know, and I feel vibrant and I feel available now. You know, it's like I'm not working with my shadow as much as I'm standing in the light now. And it's because I've done so much shadow work over the past 10 years and really gone through it that I'm able to be shining bright for you here now, that I'm able to receive this sacred child into my life right now and to really shine bright for her, to really be a reflection to all of my friends, to my entire network, to all of my family. And even if I'm not understood, I know that I'm felt. I know that my energy, my smile, my love, my truth is medicine. And if only it's medicine to me, that is okay. That is okay with me. But I also know, my higher self knows, that I am far beyond entertaining myself in this lifetime, that I am not here for me. I am not living this life for me. I'm living this life for the collective, to create, to manifest a new world, to be on the front lines, a light warrior for change, someone who's able to speak up and speak out and really stand for the people who want to live different lives, who want the earth to be taken care of, who want to reflect a new world. That is what I'm here for. And so being here and expressing myself, these are all the not the first, but these are all the present stones that I'm stepping on in this lifetime. And it's like one after another, with water surrounding me, I am totally taken care of. The stone to step on appearing in front of me at the exact moment that I need it, in total harmony and total perfection with life. And so the meditation that I would love to share with you guys today is came to me, I don't remember, maybe through a friend or a book, or things start to meld together where I received it from. But the basics of this meditation is receiving, and receiving not through the front of you, but receiving through your back. And when you receive this energy, you know, each one of the chakras, they extend out. So they're not, it's not a circle or a vortexing in your chest. So we'll talk about the heart chakra. It's more of an opening here, like a funnel. And then the funnel goes through the chest, and then there's a funnel in the back. And then there's all kinds of movement, obviously, of energy, but it's more like a toroidal field that I see and feel, a toroidal field of energy. And so what you do is you receive pink light, Mary Magdalene, divine feminine, high vibrating, higher self, divine feminine energy, pink light. It could also be purple, pinkish purple, pulling that light through your back and giving it away through your heart. So you might take a few deep breaths to center yourself. And just as you're receiving air, and you might feel the air coming through your nose, I feel it coming through my channel of light up here at the top, my crown chakra. You're going to start pulling pink light energy through your back. You pull this pink light energy through your back and you allow it to funnel through your heart chakra. It could even come in pink and go out purple. Whatever visualization comes for you is accurate. So you pull this light and then you allow it to circle around the entire planet, this pink and purple energy, and then come back to you through your heart chakra, through your back, and internally, like reverberating through your body and then pushing its way out through the front of your chest. So you continue the circulation of energy. Gathering any tension in your body and really letting it go with your exhale audibly. Pulling in that pink energy that has now wrapped itself all the way around the planet, loving every being. We are multidimensional. We are not confined by any physical reality. This is just the beginning. And not only does it go many layers out, but it goes many layers in. Your heart chakra is the most powerful force in your body. And if you're holding on to pain or traumas, or you're not loved, or you're closed off, maybe you hunch over, It's like, it's time to open. It's time to open that up. Pull your shoulders back. Let your throat and your chest be seen. Breathe into yourself. Really, really, really breathe into yourself. Let yourself be expanded and open. This is where we start. This physical reality. This is where we manifest all of our emotional layers, all of the layers of our etheric and energetic bodies. They manifest physically. And so if we can do these meditations using color, color helps us. If we could put our auras under a camera and see what's happening during these meditations, that would be really fun. You know, to take a picture before, during, and after. You would probably see your chakras changing colors, these energy centers changing colors, because color is therapy for us. Just like today was a pink day for me, and the heart chakra can be green, it can be pink, it can be whatever color comes for you. And different days will be different colors. But when we sit with these colors, when we sit with meditation, and meditation is not you sitting still for 20 minutes a day and not thinking about anything. That is a version, a manifestation of being still. When we can sit and be still every single day and listen to our intuition and listen to our body, to pull in that energy, to have intention. Do you know how much love it takes to wrap your energy around the planet? A lot. And if you are wrapping your energy around the planet and fueling that grid, you are included in that. And all beings in that moment who are also sitting in meditation, who are also in their heart chakra, who are also in their higher self, sending beautiful high vibes to the planet, you are receiving. You are in energetic alignment with those beings. And give thanks to the many masters on the planet right now who are holding space for us. There are many masters sitting on top of mountains who have been in isolation, meditation, in meditation for years, centuries, lifetimes, holding space for the evolution of mankind, not using any words, but totally holding energetic space. And when we can be still in our physical bodies, find stillness in our minds, listen to our heartbeat, there's an entire energetic grid of energy to tap into. And it goes beyond Earth. The angels have shared with me that right now, the reason it's possible to breathe on planet Earth is because there are millions of angels surrounding the planet, helping us with our ascension, purifying like wings, purifying and holding space for us to evolve, for the earth angels to find themselves, to discover all of the possibilities. They're purifying the air around us. They're showing us the way. They're activating our wings. Have you ever activated your wings? Can you imagine me having big wings back here? I can see my wings. I see them all of the time. Yesterday when I was walking through the metro, which is really not an easy place to be, especially as a sensitive, empathic, pregnant woman, I had a giant smile on my face, one, because I just plugged into the most amazing primordial sound circle, but two, because I had these giant Archangel Michael wings. And not only were they wrapped around me, because I have many, but they were just grazing everyone that I walked past, just loving and sending light to every single cell and every single body that I was surrounded by, transmuting my entire environment. And so I continued to walk through the metro, this high vibrating being that I bet there were many people who couldn't even see me. We are acting multi-dimensional versions of ourselves, my friends, and we can create whatever reality we want. We can be, do, and see whatever we want. And really, once you start doing this work and moving this energy and getting outside of your physical body, outside of the ego, outside of the stories, outside of the things that make you the size of a pea, you will find out that you are grand, that you are vast, that you are God, that you are godly if you don't want to be God, that you are an expression of God. And an expression of God can be whatever she or he wants. An expression of God's not even a sex of she or he. But I'm telling you right now, when I look at my brothers and sisters who are on the path, I see wings. And that you can activate this template inside of yourself to have wings. I see Miguel's golden wings all of the time. And when I see them, I appreciate them. I acknowledge them. I've seen people with raven black wings. I've seen people with brown wings. I've seen people with red wings. You know, when you start to activate these templates that someone might be like, wow, she's crazy. I'm not crazy. You're crazy for not believing in wings. You're crazy for not believing that there are 1,000 angels around you right now, purifying everything that comes into your toroidal field. Every single apple I eat is transmuted. Every single bit of food that enters in my body is pure and whole and complete. Every single person who comes into my energy field is there for a reason, and I hold space for that reason. So it's really about tapping into the magic, finding the magic, and listening to the flower when you walk in the kitchen that says, put me in your hair. Finding the magic, activating new templates for yourself. And you know, the pregnancy portal, it is beyond being pregnant. This is really about uniting the light. This is about seeing your light. This is about me truly reflecting the light so that my brothers and sisters can find new seeds of hope. So that you can feel me and see me and say, wow, I might have wings? Do I have wings? What color would my wings be? Am I an angel? I think I'm an angel. Ooh, am I worthy enough to be an angel? Or am I just some weird little human walking on the planet for no purpose? Your reality is what you created. And you are not alone, no matter what you think. All beings on the planet right now are activating some kind of energy. And there are other beings who will reflect you and think the exact same thing. So you will always be able to find proof for what you believe in. Whether that proof is external or internal, you will always find proof. You will always be an energetic match to the reality that you are creating. So why not raise those vibrations and be an energetic match to unity consciousness? Be an energetic match to being an angel that's purifying the planet with every step you take. With every lesson you learn, give thanks. Many blessings, Great Spirit. Thank you. Blessing everything. I bless everything. I bless my food. I bless my man. I bless myself. I bless every hug that I give to someone. There are blessings being poured into them. Energetic awareness is so important. And it starts here in the physical with my own reflection of how I see myself. I woke up this morning and I looked in the mirror and I said, good job. You showed up. You showed up. And you've been showing up. And I can see the work that you're doing is affecting people deeply. Good job. How many people can't even look in the mirror unless they're brushing their teeth? And they're not even looking in their eyes, looking at their tongue or their teeth. It's time for us to be accurately reflected. And it may take some time before we can look in the mirror and say, I love you, thank you, good job. But you know what? You can reflect that in someone else and say, wow, you're doing good work. Thank you, I love you. It's all about the energetic reality that we choose to show up in. The energetic imprints we choose to have on others. That's where it's at. I swear that I could go on forever and ever and ever and ever because this activates my heart. It activates me to share this wisdom with you and this interesting point of view, because that's all it is. I am not right. I am not wrong. I am not good or bad. We are entering into a new world of unity consciousness that those things don't exist. Duality exists now, but it doesn't in the future. There is a merging happening between all cultures, all races, all beings. And at some point in the future, you know, some serious things are going to happen that we were not expecting, and they are not evil. I feel a lot of times we are always wondering, like, oh, What's going to get blown up next? What bad thing is going to happen next? What act of terrorism? What horrible storm is coming? It's like, take your eyes and use them for good. See good things. I posted this post the other day about Fukushima and how the waters are still being contaminated. That is an interesting point of view. Do you know how many masters on the planet right now are transmuting the water? Who are saying, who are singing the water blessing all of the time? We are powerful. And when we take our heart and our minds and we connect them together and we use them to create a reality that is higher than things being contaminated, that is higher, that is the highest expression, that is harmony on earth, that is peace, total peace. When we choose to do that, there are no limits, my friends. I encourage you to change your point of view. Try mine on. See if it feels fun to your inner child. See if it makes you feel lighter. One of my teachers, Dr. Dane here, I really appreciate the learnings that I've learned, or the things I've learned from him. He says, when you're working with energy, if something feels dense and heavy, it's not right. It's wrong. What does feel light? Does it feel light and expansive? Then that's your truth. And so if you only use that tool alone the rest of your day, some friend calls you and you're going to answer it, but it feels heavy, not answering it. It's as simple as that. Having energetic awareness and holding space for your highest expression to evolve and manifest as much as possible. 80-20, 50-50. This morning when I was looking in the mirror, telling myself that, when I was looking in the mirror this morning, telling myself that I am amazing and that I am so proud of myself, you know, I asked myself, what do you want? What do you want to do right now? And I wasn't talking to my brain. I wasn't talking to my mind or the person who feels they have many things to get done and do. I was talking to my inner child. The one that gets neglected the most is the inner parts of me that have always gotten neglected the most. And I got taught to neglect those inner parts of myself by the adults around me who didn't know any better. And it's time to shift that. It's time for me to show up 50-50, at least, expressing my inner child and what she wants. What do you want right now? You deserve it. You've showed up so hard over the last week. What do you want? And the words watercolor came into my mind. And so I dropped everything, all of my intention. I didn't say one more word in the mirror. And I went and I painted. I got my watercolors out and I played. It's not always external work that we need to do. Maybe it's not ever external work that we need to do. It's time for us to cultivate new angles and aspects of ourselves. And it doesn't need to take 50 years because we are in an accelerated path now. Before, our realities were dense and heavy, and we had to sort through the mud and the muck. And now a new paradigm is being activated, new templates. Every single solar eclipse we have, every solar flare that happens on the sun, every single thing that is happening in our reality right now is opening up new doors for our minds to expand and express a new consciousness, a new version of ourselves, a new reality. And so the beings being born onto this path, we are such an accelerated path. A year from now, I have no idea who I'll be. I don't even know who I'm going to be in a couple of months when I transition into motherhood. So why would I even try? Why even project into there? Just be present. Just be present and do in this moment the very best thing that I can do for me and for all of humanity, for my guides, for the team that I work with, doing my best to be present, doing my work, waking up every morning with my 10 connected breaths and filling my energy bodies back in, purifying, clearing, and choosing a path of energetic awareness, choosing a path of stillness. My mind needs to be still in order for me to harness these energies, in order for me to purify the stories, for me to see what needs to be purified in the cellular memory of my body, things that I've stored and held on to, stories I don't even remember. When Miguel and I were walking through the metro yesterday, I said, how does it feel to be collectively transmuting so much energy? Or I said something like that. He said, it feels good. I don't know, that's not what I said. I said, how does it feel? Oh shit, pregnancy brain, y'all. How does it feel? Okay. I was talking about our relationship. I said, how does it feel to be transmuting so much energy in our relationship? He said, really good. I feel like at this point, I'm transmuting even more. I'm transmuting past myself. Every tear that I cry is for the collective. Every story that comes up that I release is for the collective. You get to a point in your journey where you're not clearing your own shit anymore. And of course, it's yours for like a second. But like I said earlier, and like we said in Primordial Sound last night, when we do the work, we're doing it for the entire grid of consciousness that we are plugged into, that we are a part of. It's amazing how powerful we are. And I am honored to reflect that power, to embrace it, to be it, to express it in my fullest way I know how. 1,000 years of peace is coming, is here. The template has been activated. And now it is up to each and every one of us to live that peace, to take action that supports that peace, that supports the unfolding of the new world. All right, I seriously could talk forever and ever. I am so blessed to share with you. Last night, one of the sisters in the circle came up and said, your energy is just so humbling and so beautiful. I see a big heart. I see a big heart. You guys know that one of my first experiences with discovering my guides and who is guiding me in this lifetime is the grandmother. And not medicine, the grandmother, but literally a grandmother essence that came to me and has been walking with me my whole life, could possibly be my guardian angel. She communicates to me and has communicated to me her love my entire life, from the moment I was born until now, through hearts. And it's really up to us to create this kind of meaning. I've been doodling and drawing hearts since I picked up a pen. All over my body, all over the papers, on mirrors, hearts everywhere. And so for people to come up to me and say, I see you, and I see a big heart. Wow. What a compliment. Thank you, friends. The highest in me sees the highest in you. And I will show up 33 days, share for at least 33 minutes. And the 333 for me really represents one of the other energies that I work with, and that's Lord Sananda. That's Jesus, who isn't Jesus anymore. He was only Jesus on this planet, if he existed on the planet. His energy has been one of the most influential energies on the planet. You can see it everywhere. And not only that, but he's reincarnated or incarnated many, many, many times. And so people are confused. Why are all these stories so similar? Who is this guy? A giant blessing, that's who he is. And Lord Sananda, for me, is 333. When I was in, a lot of my stories are about the metro. But while I was in the metro, I was on my own and I was holding space, wings wrapped around me, just being in my own. And I saw this 33333333333333333333333333333 in an instant. It was like a crown of threes around my head. I was like, whoa, is that you? And I got goosebumps all over my entire body. And I knew that in that moment, something was happening in the cosmos that just allowed me to upgrade and download a template that I didn't totally understand yet, but that was coming. And so as the weeks progressed, and I tapped into Lord Sananda and I said, tell me what to share. Tell me where to go from here. He said, share in threes. Share your threes. And so 33333 came up. Share for 33 days, for 33 minutes at 3:33 every single day. And your blessings will pour out onto you like you've never experienced. So the trust I have in front of this camera right now is knowing that I am an energetic being creating a reality far beyond this camera, far beyond what you're even receiving right now, far beyond what I even know. Because there's a team of beings and guides that I haven't even met yet, or that I don't adequately acknowledge in this lifetime yet, that are setting the way for me, for all beings. And when we activate this template, we are empowered, we are beautiful, we are ready, we are protected, we are safe, we are guided. The time is now. There is no other time. The time is now to choose something different. And 47 minutes later, I could continue expressing this energy because it's so strong. It's so powerful. It's so ready to be received by all of us. So I encourage you, continue tapping into me for 33 days. 333 is Lord Sananda. The question is, what does that mean? 333, Lord who? Lord Sananda. Lord Sananda is a name that I got from the Lemurians. Lord Sananda is is a Lemurian, and his energy body is all around us. It's a template of energy that we can tap into. We can call on Lord Sananda, can call on his energy. We can upgrade into his energy. There's so much more. I will do another video on that sometime. But Lord Sananda is just one of my guides. He's one of my higher self expressions that I tap into is Jesus. And Jesus is one of my first guides I ever received in this lifetime because I grew up Pentecostal Christian in the church. And although I didn't understand the church and I didn't plug into the church, I loved singing to Jesus. I loved worship. I loved expressing my voice to God, and I loved plugging into Jesus. His energy was always, even at such a young age, was just so apparent and so bright and so light and loving. And now my relationship to him has grown. My story around who he is and what he is for me, my reflection of Lord Sananda has grown, of Jesus. And I just don't call him Jesus anymore because Lord Sananda resonates more for me. And it's Lord Sananda. Sananda. You can look him up. I'll write in the comments for you who Lord Sananda is, the name, so you can learn. It's all A's. Sananda. Sananda. I'm not really great at spelling things out loud or math. Blessings to all of you who have plugged in. I'm going to sign off here because I have a conference to go to. I love you. Thank you for your contribution, and I will see you tomorrow.